Beautiful evening, friends. This is Anand Pandya, and welcome to Fitness Talks with Anand Pandya. How are you doing, guys? Let's wait for a few people to come online. I hope everybody is safe and at home, and we are all hoping for a useful decision to come on the 31st of May. Definitely, we are hoping that something good comes up for the fitness industry because we desperately need so. Meanwhile, in this lockdown, we are trying to have this talk show to create more awareness in people about health and fitness, call in people and get all our viewers question and answers. Many people have myths, many people have queries, so we get it answered through our guests, and our guests are really happy to do so. Good to see him. Good one. Hi Ajay, hi Gata, hi Amol. Alright, we have Dr. Rita online. We'll get her and we'll get started. Hello Sagar, hello Amol.
Hi, beautiful evening.
Beautiful
Welcome,
evening.
Dr. Rita. So, Dr. Rita, I would like to introduce you first to our guest today.
Yeah.
Hello, Sukant. It's the first time that we are also meeting and talking to each other, and I'm really happy that you are sparing time and are coming on the show today. And your achievements are long, but I've tried to concise it. So, for our viewers, this is for you. Today, Dr. Rita Jairath is with us. She is one of the pioneering athletes in the women bodybuilding from India, winning the prestigious Pro card from the International Federation of Bodybuilding. She has various national and international bodybuilding accolades under her belt. She is also an IFBB Pro-League International Judge and a part of the judging panel at the highest level in the international shows. She is also a Bharatnatyam dancer and has won several contests. Presently, she is continuing with Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan legendary Guru Saroya Vardyanathan in Ganesh Natyalaya. She is also has a business in New Delhi and is a guide and mentor to upcoming athletes. Wow. While she has contributed to the growth of fitness industry, especially for women's fitness, she has also dedicated her life towards her child, who is now 30 years old and is challenged with autism. She wishes she is able to inspire people who are struggling with their battles and challenges. She is also working with UK-based organization Loni to spread awareness about autism and help the parents with specially challenged children. Really, she has been conferred with the title of World Peace Ambassador by Walk Hard Foundation, which is affiliated to United Nations. She has also been awarded an honorary doctorate by the United Nations Diplomatic Mission in Women and Child Empowerment. She has been listed first in the Forbes magazine on the Women's Day in 2020. She is a writer in Crunch Today, Fitness Guru, bodyandstrength.com. She led the discussion panel in the World Women's Leadership Congress in February 2020 recently. Welcome, Dr. Rita. Welcome to Fitness Talks with Anand Pandya. And we are so happy to have you here today. I had a lot of questions, but as we have to fit it in 1 hour, I'll start shooting them to you, and our viewers and myself, we would like to know more about you. So the first question which comes to my mind, 30 years ago, you started exercising and getting into fitness industry. And hardly even now, yes, the awareness is coming in, but to have that awareness at that time, what inspired you to get into exercise?
Well, actually, to be very honest, it wasn't, it's just come in a structured way. But I think the awareness for fitness was always there. Our daddies and nannies have been fit. But my father, Air Force, and he understood, he realized the intrinsic value of physical fitness. And he used to exercise himself and encourage us in outdoor games and physical activities. So, I used to participate a lot in that, and even classical dancing and swimming and such games. So I was always into that. And it was after my son was already 15 years old that he looked upon the stars, who have, these days they have muscular bodies, and he wanted to be like them, just like all teenagers. And so that was something he wanted to do. So, I encouraged them, and in the process of teaching him, I myself went one step further to compete in bodybuilding.
Lovely, lovely. That's so good. Thanks to your Nanaji and your son that you are, India's got you today. Wonderful. And yes, that led to bodybuilding. Wonderful. What were the challenges that you came across at that time? Because female bodybuilders, at that time, it was a very rare thing. So there must be a lot of challenges.
Bodybuilding, even weight training, when I went to the gym, started teaching my son, because I had to be with him since he has his own challenges and difficulties. So when I started training, because of the physical activities that I had always been involved in, it came to me very naturally, just like, fish takes to water. I enjoyed it, it kind of fascinated me to train with heavier weights. But the trainers around me were like not comfortable with that. They just thought that women should be probably doing yoga or cardiovascular exercise and a bit of pinky weights, the dumbbells. My logic was always that, look at the women in the villages. They work in the farms, and the laborers who carry heavy weight for long distances with their children with pots of water. I mean, what are these dumbbells? They're just nothing actually.
Nothing, yes.
To real life. So we always had that arguments, and in the process, to be able to talk comfortably and with authenticity, I actually went on to study, and I got myself certified, which is so important, it's so relevant in today's world. And then, then I met a lot of people who encouraged me to participate. And then here, the federation now had problems, because the kind of format was there, which was there internationally for actual bodybuilding for women, was not there in India. So I traveled. I wanted to just do it in a very proper, technically correct way. And so I traveled to USA. I trained with Dennis James and Shannon Day, and I even at Oxygen gyms in Kuwait, where women are not allowed. But Ahmed Askar was kind enough to train me, and then I participated in NPC in USA in the initial contest. And it was later when I went, the federation agreed, and then I competed in a contest through the federation, Indian Federation. So besides the federation and the gym trainers, the greater challenge was the society, because I was from a generation where people won't imagine bodybuilding, and then there were those social psychological issues with the neighbors and the relatives. Why the hell you want to do it at all? You cannot monetize it. Till what age are you going to do that? And what is the sudden need of doing getting muscular when the whole life you've not been like that? But I always say, I'm pretty firm that it's my prerogative. So that these are the challenges, and some of them are still there, especially for women, how they looked up to when they are on stage in the bikinis. That is something which is we really need to bring about a paradigm change.
Correct. Yes, very important. So. And a really good thing that you said, a lot of female, generally I've come across saying that weight training will get me all that into muscular and all that. It's not very easy. You have to really work hard. In the example that you gave, that in the villages, the females carry so much weight, that's such a wonderful metaphor. Thank you for sharing that with us. So what is your advice for the upcoming bodybuilders, the young bodybuilders, female, males who are coming into now? Now a lot of people are participating.
Said that most of the girls, we're looking at fitness professional, which is a very small percentage of the Indian society. But if you look at, really wanted to percolate into the society as a whole, then I think that women, in the larger population, they look for, I'm talking about the urban girls, they look for just getting thinner and thinner so that they can wear a particular dress at a cousin's wedding. That's all fitness is to them. But I feel that, it's like thin girls look good in clothes, but they say sexy girls look good without them. The strength that is there from within inside should radiate outside, and what you appear on the exterior should come from deep inside. For me, or I think for any individual, even for you, when you look at your mother's face, she is the woman, because you get all the peace and strength from her. So if woman is able to work tirelessly from morning to night till the end of her life, and she's able to use fitness in a very positive way for life as a whole, that is something you aim for. So women are not able to understand what they should actually aim for. If they're aiming for aesthetics, then aesthetics actually just comes as a bonus and is here to stay if you're genuinely honest with what you really want. So to bring about real change, we must make women understand what they want. So as far as weight training is concerned, the bones, they stimulate, the formation of bone cells, osteoblast, and if you're only concentrating on losing weight, you might be losing bone density, blood volume, and lean muscle mass, which we know that the muscle mass is actually denser and heavier than fat. So even if you lose weight, you might still not look good. But if you're doing weight training, you're going to develop a beautiful structure with all the curves, actual genuine curves showing, and the curves are not tires of fat, layers of fat. What I mean. So two things I will say is that weight training is, everything should be centered around weight training and a balanced nutrition. So even if you're targeting yoga, you are improving your range of motion for weight training. If you're doing cardiovascular exercise, you should be able to do weight training well, because weight training is something which is going to give you the strength. You can carry your suitcases yourself. You don't need to tell anybody. So when you're truly independent and strong, that is where real beauty comes in. I think that should be propagated more amongst the women.
So true, so true. Thank you for that. And you use that phrase, females look good with the clothes. And what was that? Can you repeat it again?
King girls look good with clothes, but sexy girls look good naked. Let me put it like that.
So true, so true. Yeah, that's for all the girls. Really, this is what they should aim for. The aim is really important. So the awareness of exercise and nutrition is growing in the females. We see a lot of females, equal number of males and females nowadays in the gym. But still there are a lot of females who don't go and exercise in the gyms, or maybe they are shy, or maybe they feel, what do I have to do? I do all the household work and that's enough for me. That's good enough exercise. So what would...
Not structured exercise. It is redundant and repetitive, and it's drudgery. So if you, even, when women grow old, they go to a physiotherapist, and then when they have diabetes, hypertension, they go to a doctor, and the doctor advises them, structured exercise. Because even if you're doing cardiovascular exercise, it's not the number of steps in your fitness watch. It is like for how long you can keep a certain heart rate, sustained level of heart rate in a certain range, depending upon your target. And you must understand that what is going to burn fat, and where your muscle glycogen is used, and how to work on the muscles which are overused. They need strengthening, and where you're going wrong. So a structured form of exercise is always advisable.
Correct. And that's why. And why should these females actually go and exercise in the gym? How will gym help them?
Absolutely, because of the quality of life. You cannot get, when you learn form and techniques, like for example, if you know how to sit down, even in a squat, and then when you come back and mopping your floor, you're not going to have lower back issues or knee issues. I think no matter what, whether you do classical dance or whether you're in a sport, say cricket, there are, or you're playing tennis or you're playing squash, there are, muscles that are overused. There are for your, 1 rep max, you may need a certain muscle to be strengthened. Unless and until it's done in an aware and conscious way, it's not going to give you the desired result. So even for household, even if a person is playing chess, sitting in one place, to be able to sit for 1 hour with an erect spine, it's not easy and focus. So until you have the cardiovascular stamina also, even to just sit in a place and do work, if you think that rest is not important, then you need to be able to, you have to exercise for a better quality of life and to be more productive.
So true.
And then,
thank you very much.
The production of serotonins and endorphins, which come along with runner's high. It definitely is a mood elevator, and of course the immunity. I mean, the list is endless. You need to do it.
Correct. Thank you for that. True.
On a cycle or something, or walking or running. These days, students, they go in a car. So they don't have the kind of facility and the privilege to actually play outdoor games.
Correct. True. Wow. And recently, I would like to share something with you. To know you better, I was going through your Instagram pictures and I was going through your profile, and I saw you and your son. And I couldn't believe, my God, you look so young. I had no idea you had a son, 30-year-old.
Yeah,
Lovely. So that's what weight training does to you guys.
yes,
Please.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. So, along with females, a lot of elderly people also have this mindset that at this age, do I do need to do weight training? Will it help? What will it do to me? I don't really. I'll just go and do some walking. So, for
No,
elderly people,
well, as I said earlier, they start when they already have lifestyle issues like diabetes or hypertension or some issues with their knees or lower back or, the cervical issues. Then they go to a physiotherapist or to a doctor, and then the doctor says that you have to exercise and you have to do a structured form of exercise to overcome that. So there is
right,
really no, but even when you have issues, and if some people, I've seen cancer survivors who lose muscle mass due to chemotherapy, and then they have to go on to do weight training. So they sooner or later you have to do it no matter what, if you want to be alive and live a good productive quality life. But the thing is that no matter when you start, it's always desirable if you start early. But if you have not started it, and then it goes without saying that it's never too late to start. And but the thing is, even if you're driving a car, it's a machine, it's a mechanical device, but you
right,
don't go to the fourth gear and accelerate right away. You do the
right,
first gear, second gear, and third gear. So we must understand learning form, proper form and techniques, warming up, and the how to progress, the progression, how it should be, and
yes,
how to get back to your homeostatic level. What is rest and recovery? The more you are aware and conscious, you will be able to do it, in a way that you can optimize whatever you're
correct,
doing, and not get
right.
hurt by it, not get demotivated at any stage. So there is really no age, and I think if even if you're late, you must just start, whenever you get an opportunity and when you make up your mind.
So true, so true. So all those elderly guys giving me those reasons, you've heard her. Get started now. I wanted to ask you a question about protein. When these guys are doing weight training, females, I see this people are not. Everybody says, "Why are you focusing so much on the protein? Everything is important." Yes, but in Indians we don't eat enough protein. So
Yes.
why is protein important?
Protein is it's actually the most essential macros. Even when we compete, we may go up and down when we play with the carbs or fats, but not with the proteins, because
Yes,
your hair is protein, your skin is protein, some of the hormones are protein. It's not only the muscles. It's like your nails are proteins. You are actually literally made of protein, and even
correct,
if you're lying down doing nothing, not even raising your finger, you still need zero point 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. So protein is such an essential macro, and people ignore it. So how will you get strong? It is a necessity, and the whey protein we get, some people say it's powder or supplement. If
right,
you're having any athletic endeavor, then if you are not taking protein, you're going to actually, your homeostatic level is going to deteriorate, because protein starts getting used up as by the process of gluconeogenesis. That it will start getting
correct.
used as for energy. So
Yes,
you need to substitute that, and so that you can strengthen yourself and everything. I mean, like even this collagen in your skin is a form of protein. Hemoglobin is protein. So
right,
we do not get sufficient protein in our body. And if you're involved in a sport, then the need is so much that if you take it in completely in natural form, you will end up taking too many calories along with that. I always
correct,
insist on getting the maximum amount in natural protein. But if you're doing something, really, which is a lot in intensity, and you're just going to the next level, then I
correct.
think nutrition is a very good idea. Even I've seen cancer patients recovering because they have been taking aminos and proteins, because they lose so much
Wow.
of muscle mass. And the diabetic patients
Right.
have been advised, like I have given, protein supplements to diabetic patients myself, because the doctor advised them and they asked me. So
Yes. Yes.
protein is very, very important.
Good. Thank you for that. Coming to something that you have experienced in your life, we read that your son had autism, and can you share what is autism and how can a parent prepare themselves for this situation?
Yeah, autism is actually the spectrum disorder, so different, it has a range of symptoms, and each symptom will kind of manifest itself in different ways in different individuals. So there
Right.
can be a intensity of it, there can be a borderline case, but it is very difficult to handle, that goes without saying. So they
Right.
they have attention deficit disorder, they can get very obsessive, they can have extreme anxiety. There is a problem of fixation. The routine has to be fixed. They have extreme difficulty in social and interpersonal skills. They are not
Right.
aware of real dangers, but they may be scared of something which is not dangerous at all. They're
Correct.
very naive and simplistic in their life, and these are the kind of disorders. You cannot. There's certain things that you need to accept in autistic children. Now, once the child is born, they're usually born with autism, and
Right.
you cannot completely cure it. It has to be managed,
Right.
and it depends on the lot. I always say that the society must be particularly sensitive to the caretaker, because the autistic child will remain like that. If you
Yeah.
try to take him away, the child may end up harming himself terribly,
True.
and can get very violent and aggressive. So two things
Yeah.
I say: that when you stop a child, you should give a reason, and secondly, we try to distract the child rather than telling him not to do it. And if
Correct.
there are certain, if the child is not harming the fabric of the society, then we should
Correct.
just let go. Like, I'll give you an example. My
Yeah.
son had an obsession about many years ago, he had an obsession about Shaktiman. Now he
Okay.
actually made get the dress, and then he went around in the society doing weird things. People would
Yeah.
laugh at us, and I would just laugh with them, fine, because I want my child to be happy. Life is a collection
Right.
of moments. If he's passing his life in happiness, doing all the weird things without harming himself or anybody else, it's fine. But there
Right.
were normal children who, looking at superheroes, they actually go to the terrace and jump from the terrace thinking that they can fly like Shaktiman. So that is why you need to be careful with these
Yes.
children. And another
True.
thing which
True.
I always try to speak about on every single platform is that there are a lot of privileges for and provisions for people who are physically handicapped. But
Correct.
physically handicapped people can think, and employment can be generated according to their abilities. But as
Correct.
far as mentally handicapped children are concerned, if they don't have siblings, if they don't have relatives, if they are living single-handedly, what happens to these children when once the parents are not there? So
True.
I always insist on coming up with programs with the Niti Aayog and medical fraternities, and there have to be legal provision, opening of trusts, so that the
Yeah.
security and the kind of legalities. Because if you leave a child with money, there will be people out to destroy them. Having
Correct.
money is also a dangerous thing. So
Yes.
that is a hard reality of our world. So I
Yes.
feel that every platform must be used to say that there must be more provisions for people who are mentally handicapped, because they are not even aware and conscious of their rights and dignity.
So true. So true. And yes, for our friends and for viewers, once again, Dr. Rita is working with the UK-based organization called LONI to spread awareness about autism and help parents with specially challenged children. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's a very personal thing, but I wanted to get it shared so that other people can learn from it. My next question is now.
Very secretive about it, and a lot of people, because I was into fitness, a lot of people never even thought I have a son. But he started learning classical music, and since they have lopsided development in their intellect, and so they
Okay.
have sometimes they super ability.
people asking about and sharing a lot of views about how to build up immunity. So we would like to know what Dr. Rita does to build up immunity.
Oh, I do what I always do because that comes to me so naturally. But yeah, definitely it's the exercise and diet which plays a huge role. Your lifestyle
Right.
as a whole. A lot of people
Yes.
focus on what we should do, but there are certain things that we should never do. And that is like things like at least you should never smoke because that
Right.
directly affects lung capacity, and that is so relevant in today's world.
Mhm.
You know, we use only say 60 to 70% of our lung capacity. So if in this time we do things like pranayam and breathing exercises, you know, the collapsed alveoli that are being unused can be used. They can get activated to
Right.
increase your lung capacity. So in case there is any fibrosis, God forbid, you will not at least reach a ventilator stage. You know, it might just go away with a less viral load and
Yeah.
you know, asymptomatically, because you know, your lymphatic system and the production of you know, your white blood cells, which are the soldier cells of the body, and the
Yes.
presence of if you're having a good diet, then the antioxidants and like vitamin C, E, coenzyme Q10, and you know, we've heard it all, the carotenoids,
Yes.
and
Yes.
there are guidelines by the Ayush Ministry of
Okay.
what it have with the Ayurveda. So
Mhm.
you know, these are all the benefits of exercise. You know, exercise also flushes away the virus and bacteria and makes you strong. Secondly, if
Yeah.
you're exercising, you will not have any chances of comorbidities like the other diseases you have, like diabetes or kidney problems or hypertension or heart failure. Because if you've been
Correct.
exercising, you're strong in every other way. So you're very
Mhm.
well equipped to fight the exercise. But no matter what you do, you cannot just get wild, you know, that I'm strong and you can just go about doing anything. We still have to take all the precautions.
Very true. Thank you for sharing that. And for all the viewers, yes, get started. Get started with your exercises. Utilize this time. And there are so many people like Dr. Rita which you can follow and learn how to exercise. Uh, Thank you. And I'm so glad that I'm thankful to our colleague Sunil Bhatia for introducing us to you and getting you on the show. It's been wonderful. Now we'll go to some questions from the viewers. I'm sure you've answered most of the things, but if anybody has any questions, please write down in the comments and we'll ask Dr. Rita to respond to them. So viewers, if you have any questions, Real Body Power, Vaibhav, anybody having any questions can put it down. And till you put your questions, we'll come back to the questions. Just put it down in the comments and we'll try and answer all the questions for you. Till then, till people come up with their questions, we would move on to the next round. We have a round which is called rapid fire round. Dr. Rita, are you ready for it? I'm going to shoot some funny questions at you and
All right.
we expect quick answers.
Okay.
All right. So first question that I have, what kind of music do you enjoy when you exercise?
I love Indian classical music otherwise, but when I'm exercising, I like pop and rock of, you know, a little earlier times, like, you know, the Eagles and Beatles, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, that kind of music, pop music and, you know, rock music while I'm
Super,
exercising.
super. That's something a lot of people would want to know. That's something I wanted to know what you hear. So second question is,
Has to be
uh,
melody.
true. My second question to you is, Bharatnatyam or bodybuilding? What is the error?
Oh, both are dear, but bodybuilding, because you know that comes to me more naturally. I've been in it for a while. That's given me a lot, and
Yes.
it keeps me capable of being fit, and I'm going to carry it for the rest of my life. So yes, bodybuilding.
So true. Thank you. Third question is, what do you enjoy more, being a judge or being a contestant and competing?
Again, that's like comparing apples and oranges. Being a judge is very gratifying. I feel very good, connected to my field. But as a athlete, you know, it was a great learning process. It was the foundation, and it was a wonderful journey. I traveled abroad, and I made, you know, large number of friends across the world. So I think being an athlete was maybe better.
Yes. So Fahim says that Dr. Rita is my favorite. Fahim, I want to tell you today she's become my favorite too. Uh, what has been a weirdest experience with a fan?
Fortunately, I've not had many weird experience. Now, when I was competing, I used to travel absolutely alone go compete. And even when I won a medal, I would just request some. Convey and give back. And even when I am in my journey as a judge, I like to say that I want to set an example of how to retire gracefully, for an athlete.
Correct.
So when a woman comes up to me, I started because of you, that is absolutely the most gratifying and happy experience for me.
So true. And I'm sure so many women have started because of you. I'm really sure about that.
I love that. That's why I love the girl athletes, and all the female athletes, they just love me, I mean, I really enjoy that with the female fans.
Superb. So when you are on a holiday, say relaxing, do you still follow your diet plan?
I cannot measure, and I cannot be very exact, but I never eat unhealthy. I never had the craving, never ever, even when I was not competing, to eat, something like pizzas or burgers. And even my son is like, he's never gone and had street food, or never, not even once. So, when I go out, I always get a salad or a grilled chicken or fruits. So I eat healthy, but I have no control over, if I eat grilled chicken, I don't know the amount of oil they may be putting in it. So that is the difference. But I don't follow it the way I would do when I'm competing. It's not a measure.
True. Wonderful. What is your favorite dessert?
Oh, mango. Mango. Tell my, don't eat another one. No, it's the portion control again. It's not unhealthy, but fruits are nature's candy. So mango is something I'm like really crazy about.
Lovely. Wow. And we are in that season. So many wonderful statements you have. Fruits are nature's candy. Such a wonderful way to say it. Wow. Which is the food that you miss having the most when you are competing and you're on a strict diet?
Usually in the day when I used to compete, especially when I used to go to the gym where I go, it has like a beautiful fruit basket. And then, I had to, because the portion of that, I was measuring everything. And then I had to tell myself, okay, when I finish, I will have something from that. So yes, fruits. And once in a while, when we do our Bharatnatyam rehearsals for a show, we go to Tamil Nadu Bhavan, and when I spend the entire day, practicing, with breaks in between, they have a canteen where there is some South Indian food. That is probably my greatest indulgence.
Lovely.
Yeah, I love South Indian.
Superb. So the North loves South.
Yeah, I'm a proper Punjabi, but from Punjab, I love the South Indian food.
That's wonderful. So my friends, I have only last 2 questions for her. If you have any questions, we are going to have only next 5-10 minutes with her. Do write your questions in the comment, and we will request Rita ma'am to answer those questions. Second last question to you. What do you enjoy more, working out in a crowded gym or working out alone in the gym?
Oh, absolutely alone. I feel like the queen. I feel like the queen of the gym. I don't have to wait for anybody when I'm doing supersets, and I sing along with the music. And sometimes I do. There's a step which I have not been able to get it right, so I try to practice the Bharatnatyam step with the shoes. I hope my guru is not listening. I'm sorry. So I do all the weird things in the TV camera. And I feel so I can focus, I'm just totally with my own self. So I really enjoy training alone.
Superb. And the last question.
The best thing.
So true. So you are a fitness idol for so many people, and for me too. From today that I am getting to know you and I've read about you and I've talked to you, you've become my fitness idol. So, who is your fitness idol? We would like to know.
Okay, the man, from whom I imbibe the intrinsic value of fitness, and he worked very hard till the last day of his life, and he had the courage to tell me that you don't need to look after me, I will look after you, because I'm going to live through you. He was a rare father, so I think my father is my fitness icon. But yes, among the celebrities, I would really like to point out, I want to stick to Indians, very strictly. There are thousands of them, but people who have, the amount of deadlift you do, or you run a marathon, or your body composition that's not real fitness. Athletes have a shelf life. How you can use that in the rest of your life, and like somebody like Amitabh Bachchan, he's working till now, and he learns from the younger generation. He never let the student in him die. So he goes to the younger generation, and he's very contemporary in his work. And I absolutely admire that. Also, people like Amitabh Bachchan, Anil Kapoor, very anti-aging, very disciplined, very punctual. So these are the people I really respect among the celebrities.
Superb. And I love it that you said your dad's name first. Yeah. Wonderful. So we'll just go through and see.
First love of my life. It's been 2 decades since he has gone, and I've not got over it yet. So I have to. And that is the reason why I've named my company Jairath Fitness. And that's after him, after his name.
Superb. Yeah, I'll just see if we have any questions. There are so many people saying hello to you, ma'am. There is Prateek Lunawat, our partner at ISFS. If you have any, yes, Mr. Sunil Bhatia is saying, privilege watching and listening to you, a pure, honest athlete, mother, woman, true example of woman empowerment. Absolutely, Sunil Bhatia ji, I agree with you so much. There is Mr. Amol who has a question. He says, how can we engage older people for health improvements? How can we get them started?
Well, that is so individual, depends on individual to individual. Some people ask because they might have not been doing a structured exercise that is as it would be very desirable, but they're still fit because they've been active in their life otherwise. To get them onto a structured exercise is a very good idea. And you have to see what is their homeostatic level, what is their strength, what are their weaknesses, and work on them. And as I said, first gear, second gear, third gear, step by step, with a trained, certified, fitness professional, not with the YouTuber who's just doing there to gain followers. Not at all.
So true. Yes. It's very important. So Rita ma'am, thank you very much. Ujjwala Lunawat ji is saying, very nice explanation. Thank you. So many fans. Wonderful. Wow. Janik, Rita ma'am is amazing. Nice session.
She's from Fitness Guru, and I was there. And we're going to do a series with the Fitness Guru, with videos and workouts, and I'm going to be telling. And she's a tremendous example of women uplifting women. So I really respect her for that. Thank you, Ginny, for being here.
Wonderful. So thank you, ma'am. We had a wonderful time, and it's such an honor to be able to speak to you. I hope someday I can meet you personally, and you really won my heart. Thank you. Thank you for sparing time and coming over.
Thank you. Wish for many, many more. And I too hope I meet you in person, and I meet Sunil ji in person also. I look forward.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for all your time, and thank you for answering all the questions. Have a wonderful day, ma'am. Take care.
Bye-bye.